Another dimension. Within the civilization capsule. But why does it open up now? Was it when Avidius and I made contact?
Arbiter.
Is that Imperator's voice? Imperator, do you have more to tell me?
Permissions detected, Arbiter. Lifting imposed restrictions. First instance initiated. All probabilistic futures now revealed. Outcome verified. Blueprint compiled. Advancing to Phase 2. Commencing simulation. Attempting civilization fit. Renacita. Arbiter, this moment was always foreseen. Now, it comes to pass. Arbiter, I grieve to say, I am but a message, set to activate in response to the presence of an initiator. Time, in this place, flows near still. A moment remains for us to speak. When I merged with Leviathan, it seized a fragment of my mind, and with it, a trace of my power to separate. I knew not the fullness of its design. As a safeguard, I split elements of my core data into this space, the civilization capsule. It records the origin and birth of the Renacetan civilization, preserving their most ancient memories. Once, we drafted the first blueprint for these seaborn kin. Now, I have entombed it here. Arbiter, heed me now. Let me unveil Renacita's beginnings. In the beginning, life rose and fell with the tide. The displaced and wandering did follow my guidance. They journeyed unto the archipelago. There, I did leave knowledge and technology, that they might walk the path to freedom.
Your light blesses us.
We follow your will.
To build our republic.
Unity became the bedrock of civilization. But Leviathan seized upon mankind's longing for unity to manifest civilization's shadow. It spoke in my name, wrought false miracles, forged hollow grace, feeding on stagnant, obedient minds.
We are blessed by the sea.
By you, we are unified. By you, we are born. From the sea we came, and to the sea we shall return.
From the founding of civilization, it had invaded their spirit and beliefs. I rose against it, only to unleash the dark tide. It scarred Renacita beyond measure. I began to question all I had done. The Threnodian doth steer Renacita's fate. And I too once guided Renacita's course. In truth, we were no different. We both sought to mold civilization after our own will. Those who truly walked the land were never granted the right to choose. Civilizations abound with Threnodians. No eternal solution doth exist. Have I the right to choose their fate? The shaping of a civilization must belong to its people. Only the people can decide where their future must lead. What followed, thou already knowest. I allowed the Threnodian to exist. I chose coexistence, using myself to shackle it. I partook of its blight, that I might comprehend it. Once I did seek thy counsel. Thou granted me the freedom to choose.
I just have one question. Why did the civilization capsule need the Threnodian's power to open?
When Leviathan and I were one, I split a sliver of its frequency, a memory. That memory I sealed here. The capsule was ever meant for thy hands. My design was that it should open only in the presence of thou and the Resonator, bearing both my power and that of Leviathan.
What if that Resonator became the Thenodian's puppet?
If that came to pass, then Renacita hath already fallen, and the truth within this capsule would cease to matter. But if she standeth with humanity, then this truth is hers to know, and thine. Leviathan was born from the dark side of mankind's longing for unity. Their fear of the sea shaped its likeness as a great sea creature. Even at civilization's dawn, it had already tainted mankind's hearts. A primeval shadow lurking within the soul. The opening of the capsule shall stir the Rinascitan's oldest memories. Leviathan shall seek, through the blueprint we created, to lay claim to Rinascita's fate anew. If the Rinascitans wouldst walk a path free of divinity, they must face their past and the most primeval fear. They must overcome the shadow born of civilization. Arbiter, the hour of farewell hath come. Go now. Gather every last hope. If all unfoldeth as it should, Rinascita shall be free of divinity henceforth. When the shadows of the soul are at last dispelled, Rinascita shall welcome a true dawn, and humanity shall have a future beyond any I could foresee.
The true faithful believed in Imperator. So too did Imperator believe in humanity.
You killed the Blessed Maiden before my eyes. Raguna's disasters are tied to your actions. Now, tell me what I need to know.
If I told you I acted to save Cartethia, would you believe me? This place is protected by Imperator. For now, Leviathan can't hear us. This is for you.
Righteous One, trust her, and trust me. Everything we've done is to defeat Leviathan.
That is her frequency.
I need you to accept this. Cartethia is dead, but she may still return. For that to happen, we need to kill Leviathan.
Kill Leviathan? Didn't she absorb it when they merged?
Now, Leviathan is on the verge of rebirth. It stole some of the Sentinel's power. During your battle with the Blessed Maiden, it split off a trace of its frequency and hid it in a gem. I'm sure you've seen it. That gem ended up in the Fraxidus' hands. Their whole play in Rinascita, use it to bring back Leviathan.
So the Fraxidus has been incubating the Thenodian. How long has this been going on?
Perhaps longer than we can imagine. Even your clash with Cartethia may have been scripted. A setup to give Leviathan a shot at slipping the Sentinel.
You know about that? Just who are you, Discord Slayer? I can't imagine Cartethia keeping something that important from me.
Think of me as what I am. An Avenger hunting Leviathan. As for the rest... The next Harbinger of the Dark Tide has surfaced. Until we can find him or her, we keep this quiet to avoid the worst-case scenario. Our first priority is to find them. If we don't, the Dark Tide can overwhelm Raguna again at any moment.
You're saying this Harbinger is behind all the Dark Tide creations we're seeing?
Not all. The Harbinger resonates with Rinascita's darkest emotions. Those emotions act as anchors, pulling horror into form and speeding the Tidespawn. If the emotion is strong enough and the Harbinger is near, those things evolve. They feed off the Harbinger's thoughts and memories to become more real. Some even start to look human. You've noticed it. The tide spawn in Raguna are starting to mimic us. Which means... Exactly. I've always hunted the Dark Tide's creations. Each one shares slivers of thought and memory. I kill them, and I take what they know. They've been watching you. They want the civilization capsule. So, I followed you. Tracked your movements. Figured if I stayed close, sooner or later I'd find the Tidespawn's core. Maybe even the Harbinger. The capsule only unlocks with both the Sentinel and Trinodian's power. And it opened the moment you and that gladiator touched it. So...
You think it's Avidius. But you carry the Dark Tide's power too.
Caution is a virtue in a hunter. You're right. The Dark Tide is in me. But Leviathan stopped counting me among the living a long time ago. And this power, it's mine. Who I turn it against is my choice. You're welcome to try and stop me. But me? I'm not stopping this hunt anytime soon. When calamity strikes, I trust you'll know exactly where to point your blade. Huh. Good. Then hunt with me. Until we give Leviathan a death worth talking about. Loud, messy, unforgettable. Huh. The Sentinel's frequency is gone. I guess the time for talking is over. Leviathan's power is spreading and this space is about to collapse. We need to find a way out.